Hello and welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the GVO show. As always, we are joined by Alfie.
What
Big
is
up.
up, guys?
Always. His link is in the title, people, if you want to subscribe to him. And make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching this on the playback or you're watching this live, make sure to like the video, people, because it helps the algorithm. And thank you for the support as of recently. We are so close to 600 subscribers and we're on the road to 1K. So let's get there as soon as possible. And yeah, we've got a lot to delve into. As we were discussing off camera, went from both our teams winning to both our teams losing. So that's always fun. But Alfie, if they didn't watch your match reaction,
Oh my god.
what was your thoughts on Bournemouth versus Arsenal, where you lost your first game of the season?
Um, well, obviously, I brought out my match reaction a day after the game because I needed a bit more time to reflect on the situation and what happened on Saturday night against Bournemouth. In my
Mm-hmm.
personal opinion, that wasn't the way that our unbeaten run was supposed to end. Um, I
Yeah,
feel like we were we should have been a lot better than we were. I'm not blaming the red card on the lack of refereeing intelligence because at the end of the day, it's 3 red cards in 8 games now. It's not disciplined enough for a team that wants to be challenging for the league title. This is more the personality and the performances of a team that are trying to fight relegation. With those teams are picking up red cards week in, week out. It shouldn't be a team that's trying to fight for the league, getting red cards as often as we are. I think I even saw a stat on Match of the Day on Saturday night that says that we've had 19 red cards since 2019, December 2019.
mm.
About
Since
five
I
or
wasn't
six, about 5 or 6 more than the team that have got the second most red cards. It's not good to watch as an
no,
Arsenal fan.
no, obviously, like that stat is obviously since 2019 because that's since Arteta's reign, isn't it? Because like Xhaka
Hmm.
got bare. You've had a couple time Rob Holding against Tottenham all them years ago. Like you've had a few, and to be honest, you can't really blame the referee. As you said, you can't really blame the referee on this one because as much as I initially when I saw it, I was like, is that close enough to be a goal scoring opportunity? But then I saw the angle of where I saw where David Raya was. If Evan Nilsson was through there, he could have lobbed him. So it was a goal scoring opportunity, really. And what is Trossard doing? What is Saliba doing? Like honestly, bro, what the whole game, bro? What do you think?
You could even ask what is Kivior doing when we gave away that stupid penalty towards the end of the game.
Mm,
Um, Obviously, going into the game, you're thinking, okay, Bournemouth aren't a team to be looked down upon. They are a team that are going to give you a lot of trouble.
yeah.
But ultimately, you look at Arsenal as a big club, a team that should be winning this game, having a lot of our star players in the pitch. I personally thought Saka and Timber were going to start. I checked the starting lineup, neither of them were in the squad. I thought
Mm,
Saka would have got maybe 60 minutes at least. But I feel like that still was a team that should have gone on to win the game. But
mm,
one mistake from Trossard led to Saliba. And the thing is, as I said, I brought out my match reaction a day later because I wanted to reflect on the situation. I wanted to go into the match review quite calm and quite composed and talk about it as intelligently as possible. And then I see the situation with Tosin against Liverpool and the inconsistency, and I'm pissed off all over again.
yeah, but that wasn't a goal scoring opportunity. Like they're gonna get there regardless. He's got two defenders around him, bro. If the
Mhm.
Saliba's and Evan Olsen are literally 1v1 with each other, if Saliba lets him go, Evan Olsen's through. The other two defenders aren't getting him. That's the last
No,
man. We're tossing around the bite. There's other two defenders are there, bro. We can't keep
yeah,
going back to the refs all over again. This is what Arsenal fans always do. Every time a referee decision happens against them, always reflect back on another one, on another this and another that. Saliba
that's why
fucked up.
that's why I've said that I'm not blaming the referees this time. Obviously,
Mm,
we all should know by now that the Premier League referees are relatively inconsistent.
yeah,
They'll make one decision and then they'll make one decision on a certain situation and then give another decision for the same situation in another game.
yeah.
But it's it's all to do with Arsenal's discipline. We're not very disciplined at the moment. As I said, three red cards in 8 games. Rice against Brighton, Trossard against City, and now Saliba against Bournemouth. It's not good watching for a team that's meant to be pushing for a league title, is it?
No, exactly. As Deck says, it's big up to Deck as always. Saliba should let him go and score, but then stay on the pitch. In my humble opinion, they could have come back and won, especially if you have
To be
11 men.
fair, I feel like if Evan Nilsson was let go on go, Briar probably would have saved it because Briar would have seen it coming. He would have
Yeah.
come out quickly, spread
Mm.
himself, and got the save made. But Saliba's made a mistake, last man, and red card's there.
Also, two other things as well. Saliba could have let him go and caught up to him because he's faster than Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson's not fast. And also, David Raya, even if he could have run back to his line, Evan Nilsson could have tried to chip him and he could have failed. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that can still happen. Obviously, I get it's in the moment and you're panicking and that, but you don't need to panic there.
And White could have still got back as well because White wasn't that far away either.
It wasn't, to be fair. But overall, the game, what did you like? Because you were missing Saka. Sterling came in, but then when obviously Sterling came off, and for some reason, when I don't know why Sterling came off, because out of all the players to come off, it shouldn't have been him because you guys had 3 midfielders and 4 centre backs essentially on the pitch. Your only attacking outlets was Trossard and Havertz. So, like again, what did you lack in the game that allowed you to not win?
I agree. I don't think Sterling should have come off. I feel like with the team the way it was after the red card, you've still got 3 players who can play at centre back. You could have easily gone to a back 3, had Calafiori, Gabriel, and Ben White play as a back 3. They've all proved they can play at centre back. They all can play at centre back. We could have stayed at a back 3. I feel like it was a ridiculous decision to then take Sterling off, who would have been a key attacking player in the game, and bring on another centre back / fullback.
Yeah.
And obviously Kivior making the mistake that led to the penalty. I feel like one of the only bright sparks of the game was that 9-minute spell that Enquiries got. And to be perfectly honest, should have brought him on earlier. Maybe if he brought him on earlier, we could have maybe got a goal up before they'd even had a chance to score.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that he brought him on and you were already 2-0 down. Like, what was he meant to do?
He's 17 years old and you expected him to come and change the game in 9 minutes. He's not Lewandowski. He's not going to score 5 in 9 minutes. He's not at that level yet. He needs time to progress. And by bringing him on earlier, you're giving him more time to change the game, more time to make key decisions, and maybe the result could have turned out differently. But because we brought him on so late, there was nothing he could do.
And surely with Nwaneri needing first, he's at a point and is not even in age, in his development where he needs first team football regardless, whether it's lower league first team football or whether if he's good enough Arsenal, he should be getting first team football.
Yeah.
So surely he should have started if Erdogan's not fit because that's the player that's the only other player that can play that position because you sold all your other number 10s and Marino's not number 10. So what did you make of the lineup with Calafiori, Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, but also in front of them, Marino, Partey, and Rice? Is that not too regressing too much against someone like Bournemouth, for example, where you should be imposing yourselves on Bournemouth?
I feel like obviously we lacked a lot of creativity. The commentary I was watching before the game because I don't think I was watching it on Sky Sports. Hashtag dodgy stick gang. But I was watching the game before and the commentary did pull up as well that the Vitality is quite a small pitch. It's a very, very tight pitch. And you need players with creativity to unlock those tight spaces on the pitch. And without Erdegaard, you knew we were going to struggle with a lack of creativity in the midfield. So I feel like Partey, Rice and Marino, it's a bit too defensive. But what else can you do? Maybe I feel like Enquiries should have started. Like you said, he's at that stage now where we should be getting key minutes. And I've said before, I feel like it's going to be Enquiries' breakout season. But how is it meant to be his breakout season if he keeps getting shitty minutes on the pitch?
This is what I remember like a long time ago when you sent me a goal of Enquiries and you said he's going to cook this season. I was like, if he plays. If he plays, it's Arteta we're talking about. Like, think about how even if it wasn't Enquiries, Trossard has played 10 before. Havertz has played 10 before. Can't you just rotate it a little bit and find another solution instead of playing a number 8 and a number 10?
Well, I mean, Jesus isn't injured, so surely, I mean, if it were me in this situation, I would have dropped Havertz back from the number 9 into that number 10 role, play Jesus up front. Yes, we've not got a focal point up front. We haven't got a tall striker, but at least we've got someone with an attacking personality.
Yeah, And with your winger, like, does this highlight a bit more on your winger situation now? Because Trossard started, he didn't really do anything, and then Martinelli came on, he didn't do anything. So he actually
Martinelli
missed the sitter as
yeah, he
well.
missed a key chance.
Is there anything that
Again,
you're?
it's nearly moments.
Hmm,
Martinelli scores that the game may have changed a lot, but it's obviously it's all in hindsight, and we all know how much of a wonderful thing hindsight is. If only we'd have known that after we went down to 10 men that things were going to unravel the way it would, and we should have made key changes. But there's no going back. We've lost our first game of the season, and it's time to move on to Liverpool, where we've got to try and figure out how we're going to defend without a key player at the back.
looking at this, like Saliba sent off, and like all your players in, like, we don't know if Saka's going to come back, but let's say it's like specifically for this game, Odegaard and Saka were not there. That's your whole right side pretty much done out because you rely on that right side a lot. Um, like, doesn't this again? And we've talked about this quite a bit. Doesn't this also show that you didn't do enough in the transfer window? Because as soon as one player comes in, like when one key player goes out, a player comes in, you look a bit undercooked.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
what did you lack in that game?
Just that attacking threat.
Mm,
That's the main thing that we lacked. And even when we did have chances, we didn't put them away.
yeah. Do you think that might come back to bite you then? You know, the whole attacking threat. Like, do you think it's enough to carry you towards the title challenge? Then, like, you're obviously challenged, but it's about how far you go. Like, the whole point is to try and win the league. Like, do you have enough in your disposal? Like Havertz up front, Sterling, Trossard, Martinelli. You've already got Saka that's proper threatening in that attacking line, like out like set of players right there.
Mm. It's not looking good, Breath. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's not. But do you have enough?
I don't think we do. But
Mm,
unless someone pulls their finger out and puts in magical performance after magical performance, I see us being the nearly man again.
really? Like, do you
And
think it's a lack? Do you think it's just fine margins?
part of me wants to be 100% we're going to win the league this year, but I just can't see it happening. And I don't really want to agree with what Troop said after the game just yet about if Arteta doesn't win anything this season, he should go. But if things don't improve drastically over the coming games, I might be leaning towards that. And I don't want to lean towards that because of how great Arteta's been since he's come in. We've given him the time and he's put us back in a position to compete. But do we want to just be competing for the rest of his time at Arsenal, or do we want to be winning trophies? I know which one I'd rather have. I'd have trophies in the cabinet all day long.
Yeah,
It's,
it's important as well, isn't it? Because he hasn't won
yeah,
anything since the FA Cup. He hasn't won
He
anything.
hasn't won anything since 2020 of
Yeah,
note because I don't really count the Community Shield. That's a pre-season trophy.
yeah, and that's your longest trophy drought. Like, for as long as I've known, like for as long as I've watched football, that's us the biggest trophy drought. 4 years.
Well, we all know what happened the last when we won the FA Cup in 2005. How long did we go without a trophy? 9 years. 9 years
Two,
we went without a trophy.
it was 2005.
We beat United in the FA Cup on penalties at the stadium in Cardiff, and then we went until 2014 without a trophy.
Without a single trophy, really?
Yeah,
Oh my
because in
days!
that because at that point Arsene Wenger felt like fourth was a trophy, and we kept finishing fourth year after
Uh,
year after year after year after year until we beat Hull at Wembley.
I didn't know from 2005 to 2014 you guys won nothing.
Yeah, we
Because
won fuck all.
I'm surprised it wasn't more toxic then. I know it wasn't social media era, but I'm surprised it wasn't more toxic then.
It probably was, but because YouTube wasn't as big as it is now, there wasn't really
Hmm.
anyone saying anything about it.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense. Like,
guarantee there was. I guarantee there were still people chanting Wenger out during those times.
probably. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure there was people that would Wenger out from time ago. Like, people that would probably Wenger out after the Champions League loss, like stuff like that. Like, fine margins, didn't think he could get over the line, like, and stuff like that. Like, I think as well when you guys moved to the Emirates Stadium, because of all the expectation there was, like all the players you had, and there was more expectation with moving stadium because everyone thinks moving stadium is an upgrade on what you have. Then there's going to be more. People are going to demand more. They're going to demand more trophies because they didn't want to move out their home in the first place, and they would think everything's all good then. So if you move out your home, and then you don't win anything, it makes it even worse. So, but with Arsenal now, Arteta's got to leave with something.
Since we've moved to the Emirates Stadium, we've won 4 trophies. Funnily enough, all of them are the same trophy.
Mm.
All
FA
4
Cup.
of them are FA Cups.
Fucking hell.
One against Fulham, no, one against Villa, one against Hull, and 2 against Chelsea.
Mm. You know why I think that whole Arteta thing might be, like, I think Troops might be right, because you've upgraded your standard. So now your standard is go for the big trophies. Arteta's done well to get you there to an extent, but you're not no Mickey Mouse Club, you're Arsenal. You've got a
Yeah,
history of winning stuff, winning
yeah,
leagues. If this was us, we would give him a chance and be like, because we've never seen that before. You're Arsenal. Like,
yeah,
you've won leagues before. So the standard is now, can you win the big trophies? If he doesn't win this season, he comes he comes second, third time in a row, and he wins nothing. He wins the Carabao Cup again, wins the FA Cup again, and doesn't win the Champions League or the Premier League. Surely that would have to be a sackable offence. The problem is your owners only want top 4.
See, the thing is, and we had this problem in the later years with Wenger, because no one on the Arsenal board had ever recruited a manager before, had never sat down with another manager and discussed a contract deal. They all opted for an easy life and gave Arsene Wenger a contract extension when we all knew he was done.
Mm.
And I feel like, in a way, the similar thing could happen.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with that situation. A lot of people complain about Arsenal fans going on about history, about us winning the league at Old Trafford way back when, us winning the league at Anfield, at White Hart Lane, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you want us to stop going on about that, we need to win a fucking trophy.
Mm.
So we don't have to keep reverting back to the history.
Yeah.
A trophy is a must. I don't care whether it's the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, as long as we get our hands on a piece of silverware this season. At this point, that's all I give a shit about. Just get Martin Odegaard to lift the trophy at the end of the season, and I'll be happy. Because at least then we've won something.
Yeah.
Right now, we're just the nearly man, and I'm sick to death of people calling us bottle jobs. I don't want to be called a bottle job for the rest of my fucking life as an Arsenal fan.
Mm. Yeah. No,
And
definitely.
I'm right in my mind to say that.
Joy is you are right as well, because think about it. Let's think about Pep, for example. Pep and Man City. Pep took the Carabao Cup seriously when he was first there to install a winning mentality so he can then go on to win the big things. Because when you win the Carabao Cup, for example, it's the very first trophy, so you get used to the feeling of it in the middle of the season. So then it pushes you on to go win more trophies. Even if you guys left with the Carabao Cup, yeah, and you got second, I would also understand why fans would say that's not good enough because we didn't do all of this just for a Carabao Cup. However, let's say you guys won the Carabao Cup and you came second, that could also be the turning point for you lot to change your mentality and go on into the next season or in that current season and go on to win more trophies.
See, the thing is, I'm going backwards again. If you look back at the season we won the league unbeaten, if you look back at the 03-04 season,
Yeah.
look at how far we went in every competition during that season. Went to the League Cup, got to the semi-final. When FA Cup, got to the semi-final. Obviously, we won the league unbeaten, and we got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Why isn't this team taking those competitions as serious as the team before was?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if we won the FA Cup in 2020, and as soon as we did that, Mikel Arteta said, "Fuck the other competitions, let's go for the league." And that's why we're always getting battered in the early rounds by these. We got battered by you last season in the Carabao Cup. We lost against Liverpool last season in the FA Cup, and we've just been getting knocked out early every single season because we're not taking it seriously. We're putting out a meaty team against the team that we should be beating with our key players in, and just sacking off all the other trophies because we want the big one. A lot of
Yeah.
people realise that if you want the big ones, you need trophies in the bank already. That way, you've got the motivation to go on and look for more. Because as soon as you've got one, you've got a taste for it. And once you've got a taste for it, there's nothing that's going to stop you from winning the big ones.
this is the thing as well. What's it called? Isn't it more of an excuse if, for example, you guys went for every trophy, but you missed out on, like, you just about missed out on it because you went for everything? You can say at least we went for all of them. If you just go for the league, you have to win it.
Yeah,
Surely, because if you can't throw away cups to focus on one trophy, and then you don't win it, you've lost, because then you've lost your main objective. You lost your only objective. Surely.
exactly.
Now, Villa fan actually brought up something interesting there. Not to be harsh, but I don't think a lot of Arsenal fans will want an FA Cup or Carabao. The title was your first objective. Now, the thing is with that, if they don't accept an FA Cup or Carabao, but were happy with the previous seasons, they don't have a leg to stand on because they didn't win anything. However, if you had the same standard of you must win the big trophies, the Premier League and the Champions League, and you're not happy with the FA Cup or Carabao, I would understand it because you would have had the same standards when back in the day where you just won FA Cups and that was it, and you were complaining about the same things under Wenger. So I would get it if what's it called? You had the same standards before because if you were an Arsenal fan, and like I would get it from an Arsenal fan's perspective if they even said a Carabao Cup and the FA Cup isn't good enough. That should be the bare minimum because you're Arsenal. I would get that. Like, that's not entitlement, that's standards.
Exactly.
Because because look at money they spent. Exactly. Yeah, there's a close panel, bro. I'll get you one another time, bro. But what's it called? With Arsenal, everyone's gonna look at you again this season if you haven't won anything. You can't finish second. Like, even at least Liverpool left with every trophy at one point in time under Klopp. At one point. At one point,
Exactly.
they were going for the quad. They went for the quad and won
The
two
season
trophies.
they went for the quadruple, they still won 2 trophies. They won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, both against Chelsea. At least they still won something in a season where they went for it all.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what we should be looking to achieve.
And Liverpool didn't spend that much.
No, no one spent that much. I mean, the only team that I think has spent that like loads is Chelsea.
And even like you guys spent a lot, not compared to Chelsea, but you guys spent a lot under Arteta
Yeah.
specifically. Because exactly. Look at the money there. If you spend all that money and you only get an FA Cup or Carabao, it's kind of like, yeah, you won a trophy, but can you capitalize on it? Can you capitalize on it?
Exactly.
Because if you only win an FA Cup and then you don't go on to win more trophies, you just won an FA Cup like you did last time. But if
Exactly.
you win an FA Cup and then you go ahead and win the Champions League, the Premier League, then it'd be like, okay, this was the turning point. You actually took a cup seriously, and and you can look back at that and be like, thank you for taking this cup seriously, because now we're actually winning big things because of that. Why didn't we do that years earlier?
I don't want there to be this in years to come. I don't want there to be this opinion of Arsenal of they're bottle jobs in the league, but in the FA Cup they're great. They've won the most FA Cups, but right now that's exactly what we are. We're a great FA Cup team, but shit in the league.
You're not even a great FA Cup team. You haven't won the FA Cup
anymore. We haven't won the FA Cup since COVID.
You guys used to be kings of the FA Cup. You guys used to be top 4 team, but at least you left with something.
We won it 2 years in a row under Wenger.
That was 2014, 2015, right?
Yeah, that was the 3-2 against Hull and the 4-0 against Villa.
And then you won it 2 years later as well.
Against Chelsea.
Yep.
2-1. And I love how both of those games ended the same way. 2-1 Arsenal with Chelsea getting a red card.
Exactly. See, there you go. And then
I think it was Victor Moses that got sent off in 2017, and then Kovacic got sent off in 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a second yellow card for diving. You had a great season, but fucked it all up with that. What's it as well? But do you remember where there was a lot of players that Arsenal fans would typically complain about at the time, yeah, and they weren't great at the time. But guess what? They have a trophy. The great players that you guys have now, the so-called best player in every position in the world, the Salibas, Gabriels, Sakas, and all that. They're not having it. Saliba hasn't won anything with Arsenal. Gabriel hasn't won anything with Arsenal.
Our defensive options in the early years of Arteta were Skodran Mustafi, Sead Kolasinac, David Luiz, Pablo Mari, Rob Holding, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Cedric Suarez, and yet we still come away with an FA Cup. But now we've got Calafiori, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, Timber, Zinchenko. We've got all of these brilliant defensive options, yet we've still won fuck all. And it pisses me off.
Yep. And to be honest with you, I don't think Arteta's going to take the cup seriously unless you get a really favourable draw. Let's be real. He's going to do what Wenger and Ferguson used to do, obviously without being Wenger and Ferguson, where he used to play the youngsters until you get it serious. And then if you end up in a serious position, okay, we'll take it seriously now.
Yeah, but even then, we played you in the Carabao Cup last season. We played a piss poor team and got battered.
We didn't even have we both played like a rotated first, second team almost.
But you still had the quality to beat us. Therefore, that was a game we should have taken seriously because at that time, you were the top dogs in terms of winning trophies in London. You just won the Conference League.
We're still the last London team to win something. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be Chelsea now in the Conference League, which is going to really piss me off. But still, like, it's ridiculous. Hold on, what? Lewis should have. Oh, right. I thought he said he has been. Yeah. That him in a situation in that fucking lockdown season. Jesus Christ, lockdown was mad. Like, but yeah, Emery's squad per. Big up to the Villa fan. But overall, bro, what do Arsenal need to do to beat Liverpool without Saliba? How would you solve that situation coming up against the Liverpool side that have only lost once so far?
Hope and fucking pray. Hope and fucking pray.
Because Kivior came on and he did fuck all and then got taken off.
Kivior did fuck all. Made a mistake which led to a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward to next Sunday, bro. I'm really not.
Mm.
Salah, Diaz, and even fucking Nunez is going to run wild at the Emirates.
Yep.
Honestly.
But that's the thing. Like, we might as well touch on it. I'm going to move on to Liverpool, but kind of still talking about Arsenal because the next game is Arsenal-Liverpool in the Premier League. Are Liverpool serious title contenders?
I think so. I think you look at Liverpool's team, despite the fact they've got a new manager come in, it doesn't really seem to have affected them because usually when a new manager comes in after a manager like Klopp has been there for so long, you expect them to struggle. I mean, Rafa Benitez was nowhere near the quality that Jurgen Klopp was as Liverpool manager. But look at what happened after Rafa Benitez went. They got Roy Hodgson and went down the shitter. And this is the complete polar opposite. Klopp's gone, Slot's come in, and he's got Liverpool clicking into gear. I mean, you can still see little remnants of the Klopp game under Slot with the way that Liverpool play. But he's got himself a team that's very well drilled, very well coached, and could go on to do amazing things this season. Maybe win the league and more. You never know.
Would it hurt even more if Liverpool finish above Arsenal under their first season under Slot?
It would. Because it'd feel like it takes the piss a bit because we've been plugging away at this for 2 years in a row now. Come close twice. And then you've got Slot coming in after a manager who was there for 9 years. New manager, new league, new team. And he's coming in and winning the league in this first season. It feels a bit Chelsea-esque.
Yeah, it does. You know what? You know what it is as well? You can't even say they've spent money because the 2 transfers they got, one was a squad player and one's a goalkeeper that's going to join as a backup next year.
Exactly.
So they haven't spent any money. They've just had a new coach. And joy is, as you said, it's like they've got the pace of the Klopp side, but it's more controlled. It's just more controlled. That's it.
I mean, it's safe to say we completely got it wrong when we said the worst thing that you can do for a new manager is give him no money because look, he's hardly spent any money, and Liverpool are cooking. Yes, they slipped up against Forest, but they've not really put a foot wrong in either competition.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And do you know what it is? Every time at Liverpool, I was saying this at the start of last season because of the lack of transfers. It was like, the way they're playing is unsustainable. They won't keep that up. But they did actually end up keeping that up. For example, up until like maybe the Merseyside derby and the Man United away game where they ended up fumbling in the end. With this Liverpool side, they look better than last season. They look better, but that's probably because of new ideas as well. And listen, it happens to every new manager where it will fizzle out to a certain level, but maybe they can carry on. Maybe they can just carry on doing this because it doesn't actually look like, even though they do still need a ball-winning midfielder to help Gravenberch a bit, they're all doing the defensive work. Gravenberch, Jones, McAllister, and I don't rate Sabozalo, but he's doing his thing. Like not in terms of like performances, but he's fitting. He's holding his own. Like you got Salah, even yesterday, Salah's passing was on point. Diaz, when he came on, was on point. Gakpo isn't the greatest, but he does his job. Darwin Núñez, when he came off for Jota, he came on and did the job. Like, despite them not spending money, and it's not like necessarily title winning quality, they've got players who can come on and can do a job and can affect the game still. That's the difference between you. Because even then, Arteta doesn't want to make subs. Arteta doesn't really want to make subs like that unless it's Trossard or Martinelli. So even when Jesus comes on, it's like last 10 minutes or when you're really desperate. And Jesus ain't even all that. And then you got Sterling. We know what Sterling is. That's not a great signing. And let's just be real. I don't think he did. I don't think he deserves to be taken off. But he's not a great signing. Like, you know what Sterling is. That guy has been short of confidence for years since he's left City. So you're not really getting the same Sterling. You're getting a guy who's been playing football since he was about 16, 17 in first team. So his career is going to die off a bit quicker than a few others. He's still got the pace, but he still plays like he's 16, 17 anyway.
Yeah.
You guys don't have enough big game players that grab the game by the scruff of the neck and give you that X factor, in my opinion. You need someone a bit different, like just to play a bit more. Just play a bit more. Like just grab the ball, take people on, strike, give it a long shot or something. Like do something different. You pass sideways a lot with this similar ideas without trying to break people down. Without set pieces, you guys don't really look at that effective. And to be honest, from what I've seen this season, you guys haven't really performed that good. It feels like every time you guys start well, you're scrapping to get over the line like last season. Like you did last season at the start of last season where you just about beat Forest. You just about beat Palace. When you get 1-0s and 2-1s. Like, I feel like you guys are still doing that. And I'd understand that against Tottenham away and Man City away. But why at Bournemouth away? Why at Southampton at home? Leicester at home? You let Leicester and Bournemouth score against you. This Southampton side just about lost to Leicester 3-2 on a weekend.
Bottled a 2-0 lead as well.
Yeah. So this Leicester team, I've only just won 2 games. You let them score 2. And you've already conceded 8 goals in the Premier League. I don't think it's all like, I know it's only 1 loss, but it felt like it was coming. I didn't think it'd be this game.
It could be like a domino effect.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like with Liverpool, they're looking at themselves and thinking, we don't have to be worried about anyone because we may have only won 1 league, but most of us have been in before. Most of us have been even in the title challenge before, but most of us have got over the line. They've still got the experience, like to get over the line. And even when a player's playing bad, they've got another player to recover for them. Like Robertson had a terrible game against Madueke. But Van Dijk and Konate are still there. Van Dijk and Konate have defended really well this season. Van Dijk is not losing it anytime soon. Like, Trent is still playing well. Still playing well. Whether it's inverting in midfield, playing on the right. He has that X factor, like, from right back. Like, Man City have X factor all over the pitch, apart from Doku. You guys don't have that. That's the difference. If we're comparing up front, Liverpool got Salah, Man City got Haaland. Who have Arsenal got to really step out? You can't pin it all on Saka. He's just not that type of player. But it feels like a lot of it is going to be pinned on Saka because he's your best attacker. By a lot, and it's not even close. Yeah. Saka's your best attacker by a long shot. Way better than Trossard and Martinelli. And like, joy is Trossard's a good player, yeah. But I feel like every time he starts, he disappoints. But every time he comes on, he's like, well done, like you've done a good job, super sub. But you don't do enough to place yourself in the starting 11. Martinelli, what the fuck has happened to Martinelli? These past 2 years, I just don't understand him. What has happened to Martinelli? Like, what was he doing right that he's not doing anymore for you?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say because he was so good 2 seasons ago. He was on it. He was on fire.
Mm.
He was scoring. He was assisting. He was making moves. And now he just doesn't feel like the same player.
Yeah. Is it the relationship with Xhaka that he had? You reckon?
He did have a very, very good partnership with Xhaka when Xhaka was in the team. Um, I still don't think we've replaced Xhaka properly.
That wasn't Marino for that.
He was, but it's too early to see.
So that's why I don't get why was he playing in Erdegaard's position? He played Marino in Erdegaard's position just for the left foot's sake. Like if I feel like you guys rely too much on individual quality at times because you guys have
Yeah,
a great relationship down the right with White, Saka, and Erdegaard, but then two of them are gone. So what's the
mm,
alternative? I feel like you guys rely on the right side a lot because that's how Havertz gets the goals from Saka.
yeah,
And when Havertz ain't got Saka, it's the same Kai Havertz that I've been seeing for the past 4 years. Havertz did fuck all.
mm,
He didn't do anything. He's not ready. He's not good enough to just play up front for every game for Arsenal to win a league. We're not seriously looking at Arsenal and thinking the guy that flopped for Chelsea, cool, he scored a few goals for Arsenal, but the guy that flopped for Chelsea is the one to take Arsenal to the promised land. The guy who was originally meant to be signed for midfield, by the way.
mm.
He's just been going to be put up front like that. But that's Arsenal and Liverpool. Obviously, Chelsea lost that game, but I don't know whether Chelsea can really, you know, take too much negatively from that game. Like, what do you think? What do you make of Chelsea start? They've only lost to Man City and Liverpool so far, but every other game they've shown promise. Even in this game, they showed promise. They just didn't show final third quality. What have you made of Chelsea?
Yeah. Chelsea have been really good, and it's not something I expected. I expected it to be the same as it was under Poch.
Mm,
Obviously, they had to start from square one again this season. New manager, new
mm,
identity, and new players as well. Because for some reason, Chelsea can't stop buying players, even though they spent over £1 billion already. But for some reason, they're clicking into gear early. They're playing really well. I know a lot of
mm,
it's coming from Cole Palmer, which is to be expected. He's there. I feel like he's their main man, and
mm.
obviously Madueke just under that. But Chelsea have looked really good, and as you said, even in the Liverpool game, I don't think Chelsea played badly. I feel like I said before the game it was either going to be a draw with Liverpool and Chelsea, or Liverpool were going to nick it, and that was exactly
Mm.
the way it turned out. Chelsea were good, Liverpool were good, but Liverpool were just that little bit better yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I think if they need to stick to that Lavia Caicedo midfielder, can't like get Enzo out of there. Lavia, he's a top player. Like he
Mm,
just needs to stay fit because that guy is just one of the most naturally gifted players under pressure. Because I saw this at Southampton, I thought it was a good signing, but he suffered with injuries last season because like it was down to Pochettino's training methods. He just ran people into the ground. That's why they had a lot of injuries. Now they've only got Reece James, who's always injury prone. He's only just come back, and it was his first game back. You can't really judge a player coming back on their first game after injury.
I'm surprised he started.
Yeah, so am I.
I was expecting Gusto to start at right back and James to be brought on with maybe 15, 20 minutes to go.
Mm.
But
It,
he started James. And as you said, it's too early to see whether he's going to be as good as he was before the injuries. But
mm.
we'll have to find out.
I think it's because he didn't want to start the Viega guy on his first start for Chelsea against Mohamed Salah. So I think he thought Chef Gusto there. I think that's the only thing the manager really did wrong was Gusto playing there in the first place, just because it made it too right-footed on the left-hand side. Like, I don't think Sancho and Gusto can play together. I think Sancho's really good with Cucurella. Obviously, they were missing Cucurella due to the suspension and stuff like that, but they'll have him back for the next game. Whoever they play, I think they're playing Newcastle at home, so they'll probably beat them because Newcastle lost to Brighton. But also, this was the news I was talking about earlier to do with Pep, as I was saying it off camera. David Ornstein has apparently said about a week ago, I made some checks and it was abundantly clear to me that it was more likely Pep Guardiola will extend at Man City for 1 year than anything else, including the England job. Just to make your weekend better, Alfie. Thoughts?
Should I just stop watching football?
Oi, imagine you win nothing, Pep stays for another year, and Arteta keeps his job because he's won nothing. You know what's going to happen the next year? Your fans are going to be like, this is our year. And the same exact thing happens again. This is why you need to fix up. Because Wenger found a way against Ferguson. So there's no excuse about it's Pep. Ferguson is the greatest Premier League manager. Wenger found a way. Mancini found a way. Fucking, what's his name? Dalglish even found a way.
Mourinho found a way. Ancelotti found a way.
Yep. These are top managers, but apart from Dalglish and Mancini's okay. But three of them are top managers. Wenger, Ancelotti, Mourinho. Don't you need a top manager to compete with the top? You're just lost for words. You're just lost for words.
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say.
Thoughts on Pep staying another year?
Fair play to him. Bald prick.
Hey, sure. This is what one loss does to you. Like I've not seen you like this. This one loss. But we never know what could happen next week.
It's not just one loss, though, is it? It's every fucking game. I needed a defibrillator and an asthma pump every fucking game because this team panics the shit out of me week in, week out.
Oh man. Anyways,
I'm gonna need to be brought back to fucking life because we survived the last 10 minutes against Tottenham in February or January, wherever we're playing them next. In the last 10 minutes because we're down to 9 men. I'm going to need to be brought back to life.
Oh, man. You're proper going through the ringer. But he's put his head through his hands about
Can we move on to rinsing you next, please?
He's put his head through his hand through his head 5 times since I've said that Pep is staying for another year. But let us snap back into reality. I'll talk about West Ham for a little bit because we've already talked about this is a West Ham channel, so I've talked about West Ham a million times. But yeah, we lost to Tottenham 4-1. This is why I changed my name underneath my name to Surviving West Ham Lopetegui edition instead of Surviving Lopetegui because I'm just surviving this club. I've gone past the point where I'm not ranting and raving anymore about this club. I'm more ranting at what people are saying and the gaslighting that I'm looking at, rather than me ranting about what I'm seeing on the pitch. Because genuinely, what is the point of me still being angry at this point? I'm being drained season in, season out. When I was watching the game the other day, it was the first time I was up for it. And then they scored their first goal when they equalised, and I was like, okay, I'm back to being deflated again. And I'm just tired of it. I'm kind of just tired of this season in, season out of getting expectation. And
do you know what?
Expectation.
Saturday as a whole pissed me off so much because I was actually looking forward to rinsing Tottenham because I thought they were going to lose. And as soon as they went down 1-0 down, I thought, yeah, great. My weekend's going to be brilliant. I get to rinse Tottenham for losing to West Ham and I get to see Arsenal beat Bournemouth. Neither of those things happened. And my Saturday became a pile of shit.
I don't know
why. And then I had to go into work yesterday and get rinsed by my fellow colleagues who support other clubs and are doing much better than Arsenal at this moment in time. Kudus sat down after he scored his goal because he knew he was preparing for exactly what happened after he got sent off. And Kudus saw Van der Ven kicking the Conference League trophy, took that personally, and started slapping seven bells of shit out of him.
He should have got a bigger hit than that, though. If you're going to slap someone, do it properly.
I've seen some rugby guy punch fuck out of his opponent. Why didn't we see that from Kudus?
He should have punched him. He should have. The reason why Kudus should have punched him is because this manager will have less of an excuse. This manager's going to have to find a game plan without shifting Kudus on the left for no fucking reason, playing him out of position. If Kudus gets banned for more than 3 games, which probably won't happen, like if Kudus actually punched him, he would have been banned for more than 3 games. And then by the time Kudus comes back, we might have a new manager, and then he can love football again.
Exactly.
That's why Kudus should have punched him. As I said, I don't know why. I don't know why you thought West Ham were winning, because I thought it was be a draw, and even I was being nice because I predict a loss every game.
Because I thought they would have seen the TNT Sports promo and got fired up, but clearly they got a bit too fired up and ended up getting the man sent off.
Why did we wait until we were losing 3 or 4-1 to start slapping people? That's what I don't get. Because what I also don't get is why we look worse in the second half every time after the first half.
The funny thing is, as well, you look to make a, I think it was a triple change when you were 2-1 down, and before you even made the subs, it went 3-1.
Yeah, that's what this manager's like, though. Why is he waiting until 2-1? Why is he waiting until it's 1-1, 2? Why is he waiting until we go 2-1 down to make a triple change? And it's not even waiting because I get it, it's early subs, but you're being reactive, not proactive. The subs don't make any sense. If you really wanted to make subs, you would have seen something in the first half to capitalize on it and make changes from there. That's what would have made sense. And people are going to be like, I'm complaining for the sake of it because I complained about Moyes making late subs last season. I'm not. The reason why I'm not complaining for the sake of it because everyone else compares this season and previous managers to current managers at this moment in time. I don't. I just say what I'm seeing, and I don't compare it to last season. The only people that actually bring up last season is other people that don't watch West Ham United. And there's a lot of revisionism going on about David Moyes and all this. I'm not, as I said in previous videos, I'm not going to entertain conversations to do with David Moyes. But if I get put on another channel, when they ask me about, should you sack David Moyes, I'm not entertaining the conversation. If you guys are going to ask me about David Moyes, I will not entertain the conversation. The reason why I don't entertain these conversations is because people that talk about my club haven't watched my club. They didn't watch my club last season. They didn't watch us when we get battered by Arsenal, Chelsea, Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Man United 3-0 away from home. And that is just naming the brick of it. We also drew to Burnley and Sheffield United. We played Ben Johnson on the left wing. We played Ward-Prowse on the left wing. We played Souček in the 10. We did multiple positions. We had Nea Fagad playing every week. We had Kurt Zuma playing every week. We had Mavropanos playing every week. We had fullbacks of Cresswell and Vladimir Sufal playing. Maxwell Cornet just sitting there after getting a goal and assist and got isolated. I could go on and on and on about why Moyes was shit last season. But none of them watch this. So that's why I don't entertain these conversations. Now, if you want me to comment about this manager, I'll do that as well. Because I'm the only one that's actually called out both managers. In the whole history, in the whole internet of West Ham, I'm the only one that's called out Moyes and Lopetegui properly. Everyone else has taken sides. Everyone else is one or the other. Everyone else is either Moyes' side or Lopetegui's side. The reason why that's fucking stupid is because both of them are shit. Both of them are shit. So why are you comparing a shit to a shit? You know the meme? This person's retarded, but so is the other person. That is Moyes and Lopetegui. So stop comparing them both. Now, I don't know what, listen, I got behind, to be fair, when we were actually first linked towards this manager, I was complaining. But when I saw it was backed by the director of football, I was like, fine, I'll give it a chance because I trust the director of football. And I was always going to give the new manager a chance, don't get me wrong. And I had no expectation towards this season. I said we were going to finish 10th. Just give me your style of play. I want to know where it is. I don't care what it is, but I want to know where it is. I want to know what you're trying to do. Now, going into that, I would have then expected Europe for the next season. I don't think we're going to finish 10th. And I said we're going to finish 10th. Already, they're falling below my expectation. The reason why people are like, it's October. That's people's excuse now. People's excuse after getting battered 4-1 by Tottenham is that it's October, give him a chance. Maresca came in at the same time as Lopetegui did. Look at Maresca. He's got an identity. You know what a Maresca team looks like. And if people don't know by now, it's pretty much the same as Leicester, but he's just tweaked it a bit. It was the same team and the same strategy as what he was at Leicester City, but he's tweaked it a little bit. But guess what? This manager Hasn't done anything. We don't know what a Lopetegui side is. We don't know whether he's trying to play out from the back or be a long ball team. He's trying to do both. And he's actually shit at both of them. I don't know where Alfie's gone. But so what happened there? But also, we don't take care of the ball. We're giving away the ball all the time. Every time we had the ball, give it to the Tottenham player. We don't when we play out wide, there's no one combining. Play out through the middle, we're not brave enough. So then we lose the ball, it gets turned over. Yes, can I blame some players? Yes. I've complained about many players. Souček, Paquetá, Antonio, whoever it is. I've complained about everyone. But guess what? If I'm complaining about everyone, whose fault is it? The manager. So until people gain some sense, then no. Once would you give Lampard a chance? Lampard, bro, Deck.
You give Lampard a chance at West Ham, you might as well start preparing for the Championship because he's dog shit as a manager. Him and Gerrard.
And he's also the most hated man in the West Ham fan base.
Exactly. For multiple reasons.
You would get pitchforks thrown at him. Like, genuinely, I'm not even taking a piss. If Lampard became West Ham manager, which he would never take as well because he hates us as well. If he was West Ham manager, there would be no games played at the London Stadium because West Ham fans would genuinely run on the pitch to try and kill him. I'm not even taking a piss. Like, people run on the pitch. People will run on the pitch.
You see when you hear things and you can visualize it happening? I can visualize that happening. I can visualize someone fucking throwing a pitchfork at Lampard's head.
Yeah. Do you remember the day? Do you remember the images of West Ham fans putting a corner flag in the middle of the pitch? You remember that, right?
Yes.
Think about that day, but 100 times worse. Instead of running it to get the corner flag and pray in the middle of the pitch, they're going to run and get the corner flag and chase Lampard down the tunnel instead and try and hit him with it. That's what's going to happen. But this is the thing. I will never if we give Lopetegui the whole season, we will be in a relegation battle. We will be there with Ipswich, Everton. Well, not even Everton. They won 2 games now, but with Wolves, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester. Like, we will be there if Lopetegui stays. We won't get relegated because the league is shit. But guess what? We will be there.
Yeah.
We will be there. But this is what I mean. Like, what is this manager? What is this manager? What type of manager is he? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. Is he trying to play out from the back? Is he trying to hit it long? I don't get it. I don't get what his style of play is. I don't know what his identity is. I don't know what his strategy is. But apparently because we beat Ipswich 4-1, we turned the corner. I hate the phrase. We need to ban. There's a lot of phrases that we need to ban in football. Turn the corner is
one of them.
Turn the corner is definitely one of them. Turn the corner means you won 1 game even though you lost the previous 8. We haven't turned the corner. That's exactly what we did. We've only won 2 games and people have said give him a chance. Also, another excuse I saw was every team we've lost to is way better than us. Okay, so are we meant to be on average then with Fulham and Brentford? Because we didn't beat both of them. We drew 1-1 with both of them. We beat Palace. Cool. Palace haven't won a game. We beat Ipswich. Cool. Ipswich haven't won a game. So cool. Fair enough. We drew with Aston Villa last season at home. So why have we lost this season? We've got a better squad. A better squad. A way better squad than last season. Cool, you lost. Cool, losing to Man City. I demand a win against anyone. But cool, I saw positives in that game. What about this game? Because we were just below Tottenham. Before that game, we were just below Tottenham. We were 1 point behind them. So how are they way better than us? Tottenham aren't even that good this season. Tottenham are not that. Tottenham literally lost 3-2 to Brighton. Are Brighton way better than Tottenham? No. They're not. Based on that logic, Arsenal should be winning every game apart from Man City. Based on that logic, Man City should be winning every game. That's not what happens in football. Sometimes you beat teams that are better than you. Sometimes you lose to teams that are worse than you. So why are we beating even the big teams and the small teams? We've got Man United at home next. It's El Shitico, El Sakiko, whatever you want to call it. I call it El Shitico because I don't think Ten Hag is getting sacked. You got to win. And I don't think this manager is getting sacked anytime soon. It is El Shitico. It's the Forest Gate derby because all Man United fans live in Forest Gate. They all live in Newham. They all live down the road. In fact, they probably live in Marks Gate next to Dagenham.
I've got two that live either side of me.
There you go. It's the Forest Gate derby. It's the Newham off. It's the Newham derby. There's going to be Man United fans coming out of their Stratford flats to walk 10 minutes to the London Stadium. If we lose that, we're going to be the ones going home early. I'm going to have to get... I don't leave games early. But this manager's driving me so mad, I might actually leave a game early for once. I might actually leave. Because I don't leave games early. I actually wait till the 90 minutes. The one game I regret not leaving early was the Arsenal 6-0. Because the trains weren't even on. The trains weren't running. I could have gone home way earlier. I should have left at half time. If that happens again, but to Man United, I will leave at half time. I don't care anymore. The reason why I don't care anymore is because I provide standards for this club. But the club are never going to meet those standards. So what's the point of me getting my hopes up? That's why I'm done. After the Chelsea game, I was done ranting and raving. You haven't seen one run on this channel that's specifically about the game. The only time you see me ranting is about what people have been saying and the excuses. Because they don't care. They think that everything is a process and every process always goes upwards. No, motherfuckers. That's a rare in football. When have you ever seen a constant change in a process where it's always the trajectory upwards? That's not how life works. That's not how football works. Be realistic. Be realistic about your expectations. And what I mean by that is about your standards as well. Because nobody can tell me we are the 15th best squad in the league. We're just better coached. 90% of what you see on the pitch is coaching with every team. Bournemouth are better coached. Everton are better coached. Everton, Sean Dyche in 2024. Forest are better coached. Fulham are better coached. Newcastle are better coached. And they lost the other day. Brighton are better coached. I'd not named one big 16. Aston Villa are way better coached. Way, way better. One of the best coached teams in the league. By far. What is the point? What is the point of defending someone for the sake of it just because you want to give it time? You know, time is not just given for the sake of it. Time is earned. I'll give you time when I see something. I've seen fuck all. And without Kudus, it's going to be a long day against Man United. You better play Somerville on the left. Because if you don't play Somerville now, I'm going to be even harsher. I'm just going to be even harsher and harsher and harsher. I'm just going to start calling people bad things that defend you. Because I've had enough. Because you got to be a fucking idiot to not think that what I'm seeing is shit. And what I'm seeing is going to get better. Based on what? This is what people do now, Alfie, is because it's bad now, it's going to get better. Based on what? Based on what? Of nothing.
Exactly.
And the problem is, I'm going to call people out now. Not specific people by name, but just in general. The people that are boys out, let me take that back. The people that are boys in are being a hypocrite because you said give this manager a chance because of credit in the bank. Based on your logic, you should give this manager a chance because he's only been here 2 months. The people that are boys out last season are also being a hypocrite. And I mean everyone apart from me. The reason why I'm saying that is because you didn't accept getting battered like I did last season.
I'm sorry.
And you accept a 3-0 loss to Chelsea and a 4-1 loss to Tottenham. Where's your criticism?
Another thing I don't think people understand is as well, we're talking about a manager that was in charge of the Spanish national team heading into the 2018 World Cup. But because he was flirting with Real Madrid, he lost his job. He then went on to get sacked by Real Madrid and they had to call on Zidane again.
Yeah.
So what credit has Lopetegui got in the bank?
Yeah, literally. He's in an overdraft. There's no credit in the bank. There's no credit in the bank. He's in his overdraft.
Bro's going to have bailiffs knocking at his door soon.
Yeah. I hope they come to his door. I hope they fucking evict him out of
Can't pay, will take it away. West Ham edition.
Basically. But Lopetegui is still here. Yeah. I didn't see a sacking breaking news. I didn't see a Fabrizio tweet. I didn't see anyone DM me on my phone saying you must be happy. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of it. I've not even seen a leak. I've not even seen a report by anyone credible. This is bad. But guess what? Why should I care? Why? Why should I care now? I care more now to call people out. I care more now to call people out on their bullshit. And the longer this goes on, the more savage I'm going to get. Because I'm being nice. I'm being nice. I'm not called anyone anything. I can if you want me to. I can if you really, really want me to. Trust me, I can. I can debunk every story or every point to do with everyone in the fan base. The reason why I'm going at everyone is because people, as I said, people have taken sides. Moyes versus Lopetegui. You're both fucking stupid. If you're on either side, you are both fucking stupid. The reason why you're both fucking stupid is because there was no point in defending last season because of credit in the bank. And there's no point defending this season. We are getting battered in most games. Outplayed in most games, I should say. Battered in 2 games. Not failing to beat Fulham and Brentford, meaning you need to step up and beat the bigger teams in Tottenham and Man United. You beat Palace, well done. Everyone's ran through Palace like a whore. Ipswich you beat, well done. They had Calvin Phillips and Ben Johnson on the team. Well done. Again, everyone's run through Ipswich like a whore. Aston Villa you lost to at home. That's the first time Aston Villa have beaten us at our ground since 2013. Or 2012. I can't remember specifically. It's one of them years. It's the first time since in the London Stadium.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu. I've seen this before.
Well,
I saw this with us under Wenger, because there were people who were going, "Oh, Wenger should be given more time. He should be allowed to stay." But then you had others that wanted him gone, saying similar things to what West Ham fans are saying about Lopetegui. Oh, the grass is greener on the other side. No.
this is the problem. And usually in a fan base, in a fan base where there's a big talking point, there's a big divide. I could usually take a side. I'm not taking no one's side. In Moyes in versus Moyes out, I was obviously Moyes out. But I wasn't even agreeing with half the stuff the Moyes out people were saying. I didn't have the same reasons as you. I didn't. Yours was because of style of play. I don't give a fuck about what your style of play is. Just get it to work.
As long as you can fucking win.
Yeah, just get it to work. For fuck's sake. So I'm getting closer and closer and closer to crush it out on the whole fan base. Because I will do it.
Feels like you're already there.
I'm 90% there. I could go extra. And it's not even a West Ham YouTuber. It's nothing like that. It's West Ham articles. It's West Ham people online. I will crush out on all of you.
Yeah.
All of you. And this is the thing. It's not a threat. It's just all your points. You're making a living off your stupid, misleading articles. Your nothing points.
Sorry, Broski. I'm just gonna have to leave quickly. I do need to go to the toilet.
All right.
I'm not disappearing completely, but I will be back. So just
do your thing.
Stare at the beautifully coloured wall.
Do your thing, bro. But I will crush it out on all of you. I saw an article talking about Guido Rodriguez needs to be dropped because of what they saw at Tottenham. Guido Rodriguez against Tottenham, yeah? That's the player you want to single out instead of the manager. I saw West Ham football single out the director of football for standing in the changing room. Not in the changing room, in the tunnel. Oh, yeah, because Tim Snyder was standing in the tunnel. That's why we lost 4-1. Is it now? Is it? This is why people are fucking stupid. Again, I don't get how people get away with this shit. There's got to be so many fucking stupid people on social media for you to justify this. For you to justify all of this. For you to justify a 4-1 loss to Tottenham. A game that you supposedly care about. Let's say hypothetically, you care about the game against Tottenham. You care about facing Tottenham. Let's say hypothetically, you care about facing Tottenham. You care about West Ham versus Tottenham. You always go on about, Tottenham this and Tottenham that. Let's say hypothetically you do care. Because half of you go on about Tottenham a lot. Half of you talk about Tottenham all the time. So when it comes to West Ham versus Tottenham, you want us to win, right? You want us to win. Surely you'd be disappointed and angry that we lost 4-1. We don't get to face Millwall. So when we face Tottenham and Chelsea, those are meant to be the big London derbies that we look forward to. Because we historically have a rivalry with them too. So when we do lose to them too, why aren't you angry? As Sully said in Top Boy, why aren't you as angry as I am? That is my mood. Why aren't you as angry as I am?
If I hear someone's riding out on you and I hear about it, it's fucking mad.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll ride out immediately. That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing now. And guess what? Most of you are going to have your head shot in a fucking car like Sully if you carry on like this. This is the thing.
At Lopetegui's cremation as West Ham manager.
Yeah. This is the problem. This is the problem. You guys just go off narratives. That's what you do. I've noticed. This is what you guys do. You go off narratives. That's why you take sides online. You don't actually talk to people in real life about football. I've noticed this. You don't. All you do is talk online.
I do just want to say though, for the viewers that are currently on the stream with us at the moment, they're definitely getting their viewings worth seeing us both go on massive tirades.
You're living your lives online. You're living your lives online.
He's lost it. He's gone.
I could be worse than this. I could be way worse.
This is like Harry finding out toys are being taken out of Kinder eggs. That's how angry you are right now.
Listen, all you guys do is go off narratives. That's why you pick a side. Because you see someone else say something you like. But then even when you don't agree with a specific point on that side, you go with it anyway. Because you want to feel something. You want to be in a crowd of something. That's why you're in a crowd of Moyes out or Lopetegui out or Moyes in and Lopetegui in. Guess what, motherfuckers? You don't have to pick sides. Just see with your... Football's very fucking simple. Watch football with your eyes. And look at what you're seeing. This is as simple as that. If what you're seeing isn't good enough, call it out. Don't just blindly give it time for no reason. I've wanted every manager out that I've seen at West Ham, apart from Sam Allardyce, because I was too young. I saw everything, but I was too young to have an opinion on a manager at the time because I didn't care that much. I was just going to Upton Park for the sake of it. When Slaven Bilic came in and Payet left, the whole Slaven Bilic thing went downhill the next season. I wanted Slaven Bilic out. It's tactically inept. Hernandez on the left wing. The misuse of Andy Carroll. The mistreatment of Diafra Saka. Antonio at right back. I could be here all day. Then Pellegrini comes in. Okay, first season. You finished 10th. Cool. Whatever. And cool, fair enough. Chicharito gets sold against your will and you sign Sebastian Haller. Cool, whatever. Sebastian Haller is a good player. We then just pass sideways for about 90 minutes, lose the ball, and we lost to Oxford in the Carabao Cup. That's why I turned on him. Because we were actually on a good run of form in the Premier League. We beat Man United, we beat Norwich, cool, draw to Sheffield United, cool, whatever.
Did you beat us that season?
No. But we lost to Oxford. And the reason why I crashed out on the Oxford game was because we lost in the against AFC Wimbledon in the FA Cup just 8 months before that. So stop losing to lower league teams in the cups. That's why I wanted Pellegrini out. And that's where it started. I didn't even get to enjoy the win at Stamford Bridge. I didn't even get to enjoy a win against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which I've never seen before, because I wanted the manager out and I knew it was delaying the inevitable. I wanted him out as well. When Moyes came in, I didn't want him back. But I gave him a chance and he proved me wrong at first. But as the squad got better, he got worse. And I wanted him out. Now I want this manager out as well. People are going to be like, oh, well, it's not just a manager problem. It's a fucking manager problem. Because just because your previous manager's shit doesn't mean your current manager is going to be good. That's not how it works. But anyway.
We saw that with Emery.
Yeah, exactly.
We were shit under Wenger and we were... it got progressively worse under Emery. You thought things were clicking into gear when we finished our first season with Emery. Yes, we finished outside the top four, but we were in a Europa League final. We look forward to that because we know how successful Emery was in that competition. Got battered by Chelsea, and things went downhill from there. And then he got sacked, and Arteta's come in, and things have got progressively better. But now we're just sort of plateauing.
Yeah. But listen, it's simple as that. Lopetegui's still here. So we're going to be shit next week. And if we lose next week and he's still here, we're going to lose to Forest. The next 4 games, by the way, are Man United at home, Forest away, Everton at home, and Newcastle away. He will be lucky to get 3 points. He will be lucky. He should get fucking 12. The reason why he should get 12 is because we've won only 2 games.
Because of the things, yeah.
We've only won 2 games. So you better get 12. Even then, even if you do get 12, I'm still not going to trust you to turn this around.
You heard it here first, Euland. Wax has spoken.
And then we've got Arsenal soon. If it's
Your
another...
place or ours?
Our place. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter, you beat us there last season.
You know, you never know. It could be the polar opposite, and this time you guys done plus 6-0.
Not in a million. I've not even seen a 6-0 ever at this club. The max I've ever seen is a 4-0. I don't think, apart from the championship season, I've never seen us score more than 4 goals in the Prem. That's never going to happen. And you guys are not conceding 6 goals. Not in a million years. Listen, the games don't get any easier. So anyone that's saying it's a tough start in the Premier League, it doesn't get any easier. There's no easy game in the Prem because everyone isn't that good. Apart from Manchester City and Liverpool and Arsenal and maybe Villa, no one is that good. Everyone is capable of beating each other. It's very unlikely that you're going to beat the top 4 teams. But however, that doesn't matter. That's not the mentality you go with. You see me, I don't care if we're playing Real Madrid away, I don't care if we're playing Lincoln away. You win the game. Win the fucking game. I don't care about a draw. I don't care if we lost and we played well. I actually gave that possibility against Man City and said, let's capitalize on it. We didn't capitalize on it. I said we needed results. That we done well there. If we can carry that on against Fulham after the international break, cool, we can capitalize on it. But guess what? We drew 1-1 by playing long ball football, and the only reason why we drew is because we caught them out at the last minute because they fucked up a throw. And it was from then where I was like, this guy's not the right man. Yeah, do you know what, Charlie, I agree. Just bin it. Just bin the club. Who cares at this point? If West Ham went tomorrow, I'd be sad. But guess what? I'd fucking live. I'd live. I got to see a trophy. That is it. Because it's not that we're going to do anything anytime soon. Bin the fucking thing. At this point, who cares? You've got your history, and it's now it's not even a downfall of a club. We're just back to where we were. Honestly, Charlie, I didn't want to say it. I don't want to say it. You know that meme? Someone said it in it, not me in it, but I agree with that person.
I agree with that person as well, innit?
Yeah.
A meme that's referenced quite a lot on the FNG channel.
Yeah.
Massive fan of that channel. I love that channel. Same.
But that's it on West Ham. I didn't talk about the game once. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck about the game. This is me.
You want me to talk about it because I watched it?
If you really want to, go on.
You were 1-0 up and you fucked it up. Simple as that.
Yep.
And it could have got even worse. It could have got even worse because obviously Son had that opportunity to make it 5 and hit the post.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Charlie. Can we stop talking about City already? It's pissed me off. He's already pissed me off by telling me Pep's staying another fucking year. Oh, I've just had enough, bro.
See? You're way more angry than I am. I'm just a little bit annoyed. You're fucked. And you've lost one game.
The Premier League is going to become Liga. It already is, in my opinion. City are going to win 5. City are going to win 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you know, Charlie's been doing this. Charlie's been doing this. But that's the thing. You can't blame anyone else but yourselves for that.
No.
They don't even spend anymore. So now that Pep's staying, City are going to win 6 in a row.
Do you know how bad it's got? Like, honestly, do you know how pissed off I've been?
Right.
I'm gonna show you how pissed off I've been. I refuse to wear this shirt now until we win a fucking game in it. This was our first game in the shirt and we fucking lost. We only come out with some credits because the women team won in this shirt. But apart from that, I am not wearing this shirt again until I see a good result in it. I don't care whether it's the Carabao Cup, the Champions League, the Premier League, or the FA Cup. Until I see a good result in this shirt, I am not going to wear it. I'm going to throw it right now. There it goes, washing pile. It won't be touched until we win a game in it. That's how bad things have got. I spent my hard-earned money to buy. I spent my hard-earned money to buy that shirt, thinking, "Oh yeah, we're going to win loads of games in this." No chance.
Do you know what it is? Man City. I said this to my mum when I was watching City Wolves. Man City's like the comfort for someone like me because I get to enjoy a team that I have no affiliation with, no hatred towards. Just play a bit of football and win games and just admire what they are. That's what I look at with City. It's like the comfort team, and because I also want them to win the league, albeit for obvious reasons. But simple as that. They're the comfort team.
Do you know what annoys me even more? The fact that they're sat there comfy, getting away with God knows how many charges, and they're just sitting here watching every single team struggle around them while they're at the top sitting pretty.
Yep. It looks like they're going to win that case as well. Shock. So,
of course they fucking are. It's Man City. You can't touch Man City.
Look at the lawyers they got, bro. Can anyone? And I want to get onto this as well. All you fans of Big Six clubs that play victim, you're a fucking disgrace. All of you are a fucking disgrace because all your teams went to fuck off to a Super League and you got a combined fine of $1 million. So fuck off. Your clubs can go all fuck themselves. I don't care.
Why we were there, I don't know.
Yep, fuck what.
We've won fuck all of note in years, and yet we were getting invited to the Super League. But we all know what it was about anyway. It was all about money.
Gonna win because we're innocent. I love Charlie, man. Big up Charlie.
Has Charlie fully just become a Man City fan now then?
He's just taking a piss, bro. Like, but yeah, City.
Bro's turned into Big Steve.
But pretty much every West Ham fan is pretty much likes Man City anyway, so that's always been a thing. But anyway, notice how you see what I just did there? I switched back to Arsenal. Like,
you see what I did there? It's a scam.
Yep, it switched back to Arsenal. And bro, your face is gonna be red because you've rubbed your hand on your face so much since I've told you that Pep is staying. It's amazing.
I just don't know what to do now.
Every king needs a chest. That's why Arsenal go fight. I just need. Hey, Charlie, you should just do it. You should open up a channel, bro. Not gonna lie. But
we should have Charlie on the show at one point.
Should honestly. Should.
Do you know what? If we can we try and get a Liverpool fan on the show next weekend?
You want that, yeah?
I want that.
I'll see what I can do.
I want to be told face to face how shit my club is.
You got some. What's that called? Shame kink.
Yeah.
You like being shamed like that one.
Because I've had enough of telling myself, innit? I've had enough of telling myself we're a bottle job club, we're a shit club. I've had enough of telling it to myself. I need to hear it from someone else. And I know it might not be possible, but if you can get a Liverpool fan, try and get it to be a Scouse one.
I don't know about
I want the authenticity. Get James Redmond.
I haven't got that pull, bro.
Get him to start saying I'm being serious and shit. I'm being serious. You are shit.
Listen, I have not got that pull to get James Redmond on the YouTube channel, but I'll see what I can do. I can try my best to get a Liverpool fan. But listen, that is going to be the end of it. We've both crashed out today, and Alfie more so than me. I've crashed out on articles and fans. Alfie's crashed out just on the whole footballing scheme of life because he's crashed out on the fact that Pep is staying and that Arsenal have lost. And by the way, this is after one game. So if Arsenal lose any more games, I think Alfie is going to look like a fucking tomato, like by the end of it. So I'm looking forward to it if Arsenal do lose. And I'll be real, Alfie. Yeah, I've gone back to how I was in school, where West Ham was shit anyway. So I'm kind of just hoping for everyone else's downfall. So if Arsenal do lose, I will be there anyway. I'm going to cook Arsenal regardless, even though my team's shit. Because I know what my team is, Alfie. My team's fucking shit.
You're on the VIP list of shitting on Arsenal. That's what you are.
Oh, for sure. I'm the first one on there. I'm the first one in VIP, bro. I'm in the pilot seat.
Exactly.
I'm in the pilot seat, bro. I'm in the train driver's seat. My man wants to be told he has a micro penis. Arsenal gonna get tried up by Liverpool. Listen, I know people don't like Arsenal on this channel as well because I know like everyone even supports either West Ham or Chelsea and that watch the channel. So like we've got Wolves fans here, we've got Man City fans here, we've got Liverpool fans here as well. We have got Arsenal fans that do watch the channel, but not enough to defend their club.
I actually feel bad for Wolves. I'm not going to lie.
Big up to Deck's a Wolves fan. So yeah,
Listen.
Gary O'Neill needs to go. Gary O'Neill needs to go. I know that the bigger issue is the director of football and stuff, but Gary O'Neill does not know what the fuck he's doing. And to be honest with you, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing because he changed the whole system from last year to this year, and you don't have the players for it. And you didn't get investment in the transfer window anyway. You actually did play three at the back the other day.
That's why Bournemouth sacked him off.
Yeah, Bournemouth sacked him off.
He hasn't got a clue.
And everyone laughed at Bournemouth. Everyone went at Bournemouth and laughed.
I'm going to admit as well. I had no idea that. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Thanks.
Big Dick Deckers. He was causing.
Funnily enough, that's actually reminding me of a clip of. I don't know whether it was a West Ham fan, but he asked Declan Rice how big Mikel Antonio's dick was, and Declan Rice said, "I can't answer that."
Yeah, that was years ago. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was obviously a West Ham fan. How big is Mikel Antonio's dick? I do not want to know. Also, like we can get an identity when we are buying people to sell for Mendes. Yeah, fair enough. Wolves are.
I've got a meme to send you after the stream as well that I think you might find quite funny.
All right, no problem. All right, we're gonna end it there, people. But Manson, I want to know. Fuck's sake, Charlie. Manson, he wants to know how big Antonio's dick is. All right.
So you're not telling us, Charlie.
Charlie's the guy, man. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. Subscribe to Alfie. His link is in the title, people. So if you want to watch him become a tomato, just go and click on the title. It will take you to the same tab. And I'm sure he will have probably the Shakhtar match reaction as well.
That actually went live on my channel as of 27 minutes ago. So
he's got a match preview out for the Shakhtar game. I'm sure he'll have the match reaction as well. Match reaction and match preview to pretty much every Arsenal game. And you enjoy content from there. If you like my content on here, you'll enjoy Alfie's content talking about Arsenal. All right, so make sure to leave a like, people. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. Social media is under the description if you want to follow me and email for the inquiries. We're trying to hit 1K as soon as possible. We're nearly on 600. Nearly on 600. We're like 19 away, 20 away.
Oh, lads, come on.
Listen, when we hit 1K,
get him to 600.
Yeah, and when we hit 1K, I've got big plans.
100%. I know about the plans. I've got the in-depth analysis about the plans. So trust me, you guys are in for a treat. So get this man to 1K pronto.
Inside scoop. Inside scoop.
Yeah, I'm going Fabrizio Romano on you, motherfuckers. Soon as he hits 1K, I'm gonna leak everything.
Yeah. Also, last thing, watch along. Aston Villa Bologna tomorrow. On Wednesday, we've got Bayern Munich Barcelona. On Thursday, you've got Fenerbahce versus Man United. And on Friday, I'm trying to get a couple guests on for West Ham Man United match preview as well. So look out for that. But anyway, take care, people.